It's March 10th, 2014. You're very welcome to the Shelltenham races here in the National Leprechaun Museum. This is a flat race for 2 months and upwards. Maids start at 3G, males are allowed 1G. Before we go to the actual start of the race, we met with the jockey of Darby O'Gill, Mr. H.G. Kavanagh. We'll have a quick word with him before the start of the race. Alright, so we're here now with H.G. Kavanagh, looking after Darby O'Gill now. We're here now for the Shelltenham races. Kavanagh, how are you feeling about this today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. Darby's a grand snail. She's a grand snail, so she is. We've been feeding her an exclusive diet of lettuce and shamrocks. She's ready to go. It's going to be a great day. I'm ready to prove myself here today.
Now, with the last race, she had an awful problem. She wouldn't come out of her shell.
Well, there's a bit of shyness inherent with this species of snail, but I mean, if you coax her out, if you treat her right, she'll come out, and I feel I treated Darby right. We're going to win. We're going to do this. We're going to put in the effort. We're here. We've trained. This is what it's all about. Now,
we hear now her mother as well came from a French restaurant. A rescue case.
That's right. The wife was in Paris, and she saw it there. She walked into one of the kitchens getting the shortcuts of the ladies. She has a terrible sense of direction. But yeah, she went in there and she saw one of the snails at the top there was going to be their escargot, they call it in France. But yeah, they were going to have a cook one for her. But the mother, well, she met eyes with the wife brought her home, and we arranged a husband for her. That's Darby Senior, and there little Darby was born, and we raised her, and she's a fine snail. She'll go fast. She's ready to win, ready to prove herself.
Now the bookies have the favourite on here as Rihanna. Rihanna with 7-1 odds to win it.
Well, Rihanna's a fine snail. It's a fine snail. But now the jockey, who's the jockey on that?
That's Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, Mayo man, is he?
Yes, yeah.
Right. Well, Chris Brown, I don't think he's ready for us. I don't think he's put the time in. He's a very promising young man, but he hasn't got the time in. He's not ready to win today.
Well, now, how are you now feeling as well? If this goes your well, how are you going to celebrate?
Well, I'll start. Well, I'll bring Darby out for a couple of snail drinks. They like to drink. They like to drink water, but I bring her out to the pub. She'll have a little water. I'll have a pint, and then we'll see where the night goes. You know.
Mr. Kavanagh, thank you for joining us there now. We'll let you go off to the start line. Prepare yourself.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Right. Back to you now in the studio. For those of you keeping score, that was 48 wells mentioned in that interview. As you can see here now, the combatants are all around. Not much action going on yet, except for Queen Maeve, who does not know where the starting line actually is, and is instead going around the totem pole, making laps around it with the rest of the combatants. So you get the overhead view there. This is a snail race. They tend to take their time coming out. Queen Maeve, however, very alert, just trying to suss out the competition, we think. She's making her way around the pole and actually giving it a good knock there. She might destroy the entire centerpiece of this race course. Other combatants starting to wake up there as well. Darby O'Gill coming out of his shell. Moondance coming out of his shell to see. No action at all from the bookie's favourite, Rihanna. Rihanna still in the shell, not moving at all. As we get a close up on all the patterns, there is now there is water all around us to encourage the snails to actually come out of their shells, get them moving. It seems unfortunately though there was too much water. A few of them, instead of actually racing, are having a bit of a drink. Darby O'Gill. Dance, Shamrock's fancy. Let me tell you a bit about the race course anyway as the snails begin to move a bit more. This year's race course is in the National Leprechaun Museum, Jervis Street, Dublin, who turned 4 today on March 10th, 2014. A happy birthday to them. The building itself is dedicated to Irish folklore and mythology, and is the perfect setting for these little men on these snails. And there we have now Darby O'Gill.
That's it.
Making a fine leave now. His jockey looking intense. Rihanna's jockey, Chris Brown, has actually fallen over. He's lying on his back, not doing a lot. See the rest of the combatants there. More and more of them all starting to come a bit more alive now. They've had their drinks of water. They realise this is a race. And it's time for them all to get moving. Queen Maeve going back the way in which she came. And now it's a 2 snail race between Darby O'Gill and Moondance. Let's get a close up there now. H.G. Kavanagh keeping his eye on Moondance coming in behind, trying to avoid it, trying to get Darby that extra little pep to its step. And over here we have what could be the race for 3rd, as we have 2 clear snails making their way towards the halfway line. The halfway line, of course, the yellow line going across the board. Once they get to the halfway line, you'll notice there's a lot of dressing, a lot of food around the edge to entice the snails. Come a bit closer. Our hands on the side of the course, of course. We'll be looking after them, moving the salad back as they get closer to it to ensure they make it to the red line. And now Darby O'Gill still in the lead, followed by Moondance. Moondance having a look around as Darby, going several different directions, keeps changing its mind, but it's always going forward at the same time. The rest of the snails not really doing much, except for Shamrock's Fancy, who is circling the starting line, just crossed it and said, I want to see what's going on here. As you've seen that as between Darby and Moondance. Let's get a close up there now. HG Kavanagh gonna feint. Oh, almost fell off. He's snailed there now. It's alright, Scott composure again. As he's done the trick, Darby is making a fine leap ahead as Moondance still in second. As I say, this course is open all year round. If you wanted to visit it yourself, we would recommend visiting www.leprechaunmuseum.ie for more information on the grounds themselves and what you could do on your own visit to the National Leprechaun Museum. As Darby has completely crossed the halfway line. Of course, the irony, we're in a Leprechaun Museum and Darby O'Gill is in the lead. Some people are calling fix, but it's very hard to fix a snail race. God knows we've tried before. Now at this stage he'll begin moving the salad back. As he goes to a shot, there we go, there's the lads now moving the salad back. That's fine movement, fine movement. As you get a whole look at the compartments, everyone moving except for the bookies' favourite Rihanna. Rihanna's still down, not moving. Chris Brown lying on his back. Darby still in a clear lead, but saying that, Moondance has gotten some speed now, maybe going the opposite direction, but has got a sudden burst of speed behind him. He could do it himself. And then the race for third is between Shamrock's Fancy, Queen Maeve. We have Rambo there also in the corner. As you get a close up, you can see just how fast he's moving. Darby O'Gill making his way to the finish line. This is surely over. We surely have a winner here. Instead it's the race for second and third. Darby having a middle of the salad. I think the handler should have moved it a bit further back. It's delaying him a bit. He is not crossing the line. He is yet to actually cross it. His jockey whipping the life out of him, wanting him to move. You can see the frustration in his face. Why has he just stopped at the red line? What's going through that snail's head? Lettuce, of course. And of course in second now it's between Moondance, Queen Maeve, with Shamrock's Fancy coming in behind him. But wait, Darby Snail, Darby O'Gill! I don't believe it. It looks like Darby O'Gill has actually begun to turn around. His jockey furious. HG Kavanagh there now looking so frustrated. Yes, this is definitely it. Darby is beginning to turn around. He has reached the finish line and has said, no, I'm not doing it. So now it is between Queen Maeve and Moondance. Moondance in the green, Queen Maeve in the yellow, the black dot. They are neck and neck, antenna to antenna. Queen Maeve taking the lap, going ahead of Moondance here now. Moondance is going to muster all of its strength, and yes, Darby O'Gill is going back to the starting line. Must be so disappointing for Kavanagh there now. But what's this? Yes. Can we get a camera back over there as well? We have to see what's going on here. Amateurs. Yes, it looks like Moondance is beginning to mount Queen Maeve. Well, who hasn't? But this is it. Moondance on top of Queen Maeve. What sort of tactics is this? The jockey A-Weeks clearly, they're knocking off Queen Maeve's jockey. CM NASA is getting attacked by Moondance. Of course, there are very few rules in this snail race. This is all completely in favour. Once they get a quality man to their body past that red line, moving the lettuce out of the way, they'll do it, and that's it. Darby is gone completely. Shamrock Stancy clearly going to come in third on this, but who is going to come in first and second? This is neck and neck. This is close stuff now. It's on the Moondance, Queen Maeve. Moondance looking down at the lettuce. Moondance beginning to make a move towards it. Queen Maeve also making a move. Both of them have their antennas just past the red line, but is it? That's it! The judges have called it. Moondance has crossed that red line. Moondance is a champion here at the Shelltenham races. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. We'll see you again next year. And don't forget to visit the track at www.leprechaunmuseum.ie. Thank you for joining us. Good night.